Okay, so hello everyone and hello Mr. Harry. Today, uh, now I would like to present my quantitative research proposal. That is my topic about quizzes as English learning media in mastering students grammar. And here is the cover. Okay, the next page is table of content. So here, content about the list of what is in my research proposal. That is the first content, the table content, list of table, list of figures, list of appendix, and in this proposal, that is also background of the study, problem identification of the study, limitation of the study, research a question, purpose of the study, significances of the study, literature review, research method, that is break out into five parts. The first one is research design. Second one is population and sample. The third is variable. The fourth is instrument and technique of collecting data. And the last is data analysis. And the next part is research schedule, references, and the last is appendixes. Okay, so in list of tables, I attach in my proposal that is four table. That is four table. The first one is the table about satisfaction responses score of students questionnaire. The second one is influence level responses score students questionnaires. And the third is research plan. And the last is blueprint of questionnaires. The next is the list of figures. So I just have one figures in my proposal. That is about the location of SMA Negeri 1 Kuta Selatan. Okay, the next is the list of appendix. So I just have one appendix, that is the blueprint of the questionnaire. Okay, we move to the background part. So in the background, I explain the general information. The first paragraph, I explain the introduction about my topic. So we start from the technology that is related with the education and also learning activities. And the next, I explain about the grammar. Okay, and the next paragraph is about what is Quizizz. So here I explain what is Quizizz in general or in short way. And the last is about why I chose this topic and why this topic is important. Okay, we move to the problem identification. So in the problem identification, it's about, I explain about the factors and also the impact of my problem identification. So I introduce to you the problem of my study. And the point is here, things that need to be considered at this time, how to use quizzes when used in practicing grammar during English lesson, how teachers implement grammar in quizzes so that students can understand or accept the knowledge given. In addition, by paying attention to students' perceptions in using quizzes in practicing grammar during English class. It is also important for two-way learning to occur, where all class members feel comfortable when learning. Okay. And the next part is the limitation of the research. So here I explain the limitation of my research. So this research just focus on to find out how satisfied students are in using the quiz application in learning, and how big influence quizzes in learning English, especially on grammar. So this research just focus on how satisfied students, and how big the influence of quizzes in learning English, and focus on the grammar. And the subject of the study is the students at SMA Negeri 1 Kuta Selatan, especially grade 11, who use the quiz application as an online learning medium in mastering grammar. Okay, the next part is research question. So in the research question, I have two research questions in my on my topic or my research. So the first one is, how is the satisfaction level of students on using quizzes as learning media in mastering students' grammar? And the second question is, how big are the influence of using quizzes as English learning media in mastering students' grammar? Okay. A minute. Okay, so for the purpose of the study are aimed to find out the satisfaction level of students on using quizzes as English learning media in mastering students' grammar. And the second purpose is to find out how big the influence of using quizzes as English learning media in mastering students' grammar. Okay, and for the significance of the study have three significance, two actually, sorry. The first one is theoretical significance. So the result of the study is expected to enrich empirical reference of the use quizzes as an English learning media in mastering grammar. So more specifically, context, this research is expected to give reference for study involving quizzes as a learning media in mastering grammar. And for practical significance, the first one for students, this research is expected to provide information to students, especially foreign students, foreign languages students. And for the lectures, the study is expected to be useful for lecturers that in carrying out learning, especially when providing material about grammar. And the last, for other researchers, this research is expected to provide benefits for other researchers by providing literature review or as research that relevant to the research and can consider for further use research. Next, we move to the literature review part. So here, in the literature review, in the paragraph, I explain about some theories about grammar, what is grammar according to the expert, and quizzes. And the second paragraph is about quizzes. And is also what is quizzes according to the expert, and how is the quizzes, how is the applications quizzes, and the advantage of quizzes application. And here, the third paragraph, this paragraph is about technology and also learning media. So I explain learning media and technology that relate to learning process or learning activities. And the next paragraph, okay. Here I explain about it's about several studies that it's related with my topic. So the first study is about using quiz applications for learning and evaluating grammar material, that is from Dian Fadilawati in 2021. And the next study is from Sinta Dewi Rahayu and Pupung Purnawarman in 2018 with the name The College Students Development on Grammar After Self-Evaluation. Use of quizzes capabilities to enhance students' grammar knowledge. And the next studies is is titled Using Quizizz to Enhance the Pupils' Mastery of Grammar During the Pandemic by Sun Ming Hui, Tan Seok Yong, and Mellor MD Yunus in 2021. Okay, we continue the next studies. That is titled The Effect of Using Quizzes Towards Students' Grammatical Understanding by Hilyati Ahlina and Lastri Forsia in 2021. Also, a topic about students' perception on quizzes as game-based learning and learning grammar in written discourse by Afif Farhudi and Eka Nur Hidayat. And the last study I use is Quizizz website as an online assessment for English teaching and learning, Students' Perspective by Dinda Firly Amalia. And here I also attach the novelty and the gap of my topic. Okay, we move to the research method. So in the research method, that is five part, that is break out into 5 parts. The first one is research design. So in the research design, first I explained about the general information about what is research design and what research design I use. So I use survey for the research design for the study, and I explain what is a survey according to the expert. And here, so I collect the data of how the use of quiz as a learning media in mastering students' grammar in 11 grade students of SMA Negeri 1 Kota Selatan with survey. And for the population and the sample, I start with explaining what is population in general and also based on the expert. And here here the population of the study are 11 grade students of SMA Negeri 1 Kota Selatan, and I attach the location of SMA Negeri 1 Kota Selatan where the study is held, and the sample of the study. So the number, so I use sample for the study is just 2 class in science and social major, and also 1 from language major that is to be involved in the study. So I use simple random sampling, and I explain what is simple random sampling according to the expert and also in general. Okay, next, variable. In the variable, I start with what is variable according to the expert, and I explain which one is the independent variable and dependent variable in my studies. In my study, the independent variable in my research is the use of quizzes, and the dependent variable is the student's grammar. Okay, and we move to the instrument and technique of collecting data. So as usual, I start with explain what is instrument. What is instrument? So also according to the expert, and I use questionnaires to collect the data, and I explain what is questionnaires based on the expert. So I use Indonesian to collect the data of the survey. So because respondents actively use their native or Indonesian language, so to not make misunderstanding during the surveys. That's why I use Indonesian. Okay, the next is data analysis. So in data analysis, I also explain it. What is data analysis? What is data analysis? And I plan to use questionnaire with Likert scale that is consisting of 5 answers. So I have two table here, two table of Likert scale. The first one is for satisfaction responses score of students questionnaire, and the second Likert scale is for the influence level responses scores of students questionnaire. Okay, to know the results, we have to use this formula, and this is the data interpretation of the results, or the total score. So if the total score is in the interval of 80% until 100%, it means extremely influential or strongly satisfied. And if the total score is in the interval 60% until 79.99%, it means satisfied or very influential. And the third is if the total score is in the interval 40% until 59.99%, it means neutral or somewhat influential. And if the total score is in the interval 20% until 39.99%, it means dissatisfied or slightly influential. And last, if the total score is in the interval 0% until 19.99%, it means strongly dissatisfied or not at all influential. Okay. Now I move to the research schedule. So I plan the research schedule, this research to be carried out for 6 months, starting from May 2022 to October 2022. So details, as you can see on the description in the table. For the research preparation, it conducts from first week of May until third weeks of June. And licensing arrangement, it's on the last week or the fourth week of June and the first week of July. Instrument preparation is on second and third week of July. The instrument testing is on the last week of July and first week of August. And data collection is on the second and third weeks of August. And data processing is on the last week of August until second weeks of September. And research preparation is on the last weeks of September, 3 and 4, third and fourth weeks of September. And report presentation is on the last month, that is in the October. Okay. So here are references. That is some references, and I use and to make references, I use tools in the Word, and it use APA style. And the last is the appendix. So I just have one appendix that is about the blueprint of questionnaire. So And the 1 until 6 question, that is about the satisfaction level of students on using Quizizz as English learning media in mastering students' grammar. And 7 until 12 question is about how big the influence of using Quizizz as English learning media in mastering students' grammar. Okay, I think that's all from me. That's all about my quantitative research proposal. I hope you are understand it very well. And thank you for your attention and time. Thank you.